Good afternoon. Well, this is not a vlog I ever thought I'd put out, or a video that I ever thought I'd put out, and I'm having to do this handheld because there's all sorts of weird things going off at the moment. These are very, very strange times, and I hope all of you are keeping safe. I hope all of you are doing everything you can to abide by the government's guidelines for social distancing, for self-isolating. I don't want to labour on it. I'm sure you heard more than sufficient about that over the last few days. As for what it means for landscape photographers, it's a bit of a difficult one. By nature, what we do tends to be social distancing. Certainly for myself, I tend to be out on my own most of the time. But I do tend to travel to places, and that's going to have to stop. Not because I am going to be mixing with people, but I appreciate the extra pressure that it will put on the National Health Service, the emergency services, should I either fall ill or have an accident or something like that. So I do appreciate that, and it is going to change my output for a while. I have a few videos still from the Isle of Man. I am obviously back from the Isle of Man. I've been back from the Isle of Man for about a month, but I still have a few videos left to put out. I then have at least one video, although I'm not quite sure of the quality of the images, from Glencoe, where I was a few weeks ago, and possibly one from Malham, where I went for a sunset and sunrise. After that, it will all be local stuff, which for me will be quite challenging. Now, in order to take pressure off myself, I am going to change to a 2-weekly upload. So I have a vlog going out tomorrow, and after that it will be another 2 weekends before another one goes out. Simply, as I say, it takes the pressure off myself for having to do stuff. There is stuff going off at work, which means that although we are not yet shut, it may come to that, dependent on what the government decides to do. And I have to look at the possibility that I might be required to work from home, which will restrict my movements even more. So I apologise if it's not an ideal situation, but the whole world is in currently a not good situation. I have, as do many of you, elderly parents who are causing me concerns. The Muppets, and I promise not to bleat too long about this, but the Muppets who are going out and bulk buying and hoarding food, please stop. People in the NHS, care workers, emergency workers, all the people that will keep this world going, and certainly this country going, if we fall ill, need to be able to get supplies. So if you're hoarding, please stop. Let's look after the elderly. Let's look after the NHS workers, the care workers in general, the GPs, everybody who provides an essential service to us. Please, let's look after them. Not so very long ago, Caroline Flack took her own life. And one of her last posts said, "In a world where you can be anything, be kind." And since this horrible virus has swept through the world, certainly in the UK, we maybe seem to have lost sight of that, and it's still just as important. We need to be kind to each other. There are ways of keeping in touch. We have iPhones, we have Androids, we have WhatsApp, we have Skype. And yes, it's not the same as being in a room with somebody, but you make do and mend. Let's look after what we've got. Let's start doing what the government has asked us to do, socially distancing ourselves from people. And maybe we'll just ride this out a bit quicker than other countries have. So that's the end of my preaching for today. As I say, tomorrow's vlog will go out as planned. I am safely tucked up at home. I am not in the Isle of Man anymore. I haven't been for the best part of a month, unfortunately. I do have friends out there with health concerns, so I'm quite concerned about those as well. So let's be kind to each other. Let's pull together and get through this. And we'll come out the other side stronger. Take care of yourself, take care of your relatives, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye!